Is Justin gonna go for an air dribble there? Not much coming to fruition, and first killer baits him out. Demo on the back line for Justin, and first killer gets it underneath the defense. FaZe Clan first to strike.
Yeah, first killer, obviously credited with the goal, but AJ, of course, going after Squishy too, kind of rushing his defensive effort is typical. He'll drop it off in the direction of first killer, but first was on his way back. That bump will open things up. First killer will score yet again.
Oh, this is just picking your pocket 101. Justin thinks he's got daylight, but AJ comes from behind. That ball gets pushed forward right into first killer, and no one home from NRG. They're just not
Had his flip to quickly get to the back wall and try to steal some boost out of the corner. Garrett G has that go out from Justin. And now Squishy shot. Oh, what a perfect snipe. Lower left. NRG back in it.
And you love to see this from NRG coming out of the kickoff and getting one immediately back to cut that deficit just down to one. And you said it.
And Squishy's waiting on the weak side. He'll at least deal some boost and be a factor for now. Garrett G. Drop down for Justin. Perfectly placed and forced through by Garrett.
What an infield pass coming out from NRG. Garrett G waiting just a little bit on that corner and decides to rifle it to Justin. And the defense, try as they might, couldn't keep that one off of the goal line. And Garrett G hammering it home. And just like that, tie ball game. But the kickoffs working well for FaZe Clan, and they get it right back.
And that goes as a hat trick for first killer and an even 30 goals on the tournament as he just bounces this one right through. Free ball off.
Just seems to be coming so easily for FaZe. Justin waiting a little too long there. Squishy has to save the day and gives it right over to first killer. I think Garrett G jumped up thinking he had more boost than he actually did.
All right, D-Rex, start doing the research for us. Like how many goals in a game? How many goals in a series? First of all these, 10, 15-minute overtimes that we've had, especially over the last couple of years. This ball will mercifully come down to the ground for NRG, and FaZe Clan easily takes game one. He's back on the defensive line. This kicks out to Justin, and AJ plays it right back across. Sipical's there to beat Garrett G. Nobody's home. 1-0 FaZe.
What happened here? Where was the defense for NRG? Justin's up on the back wall. Squishy'd push forward, and Garrett G goes for the quick challenge. Sipical had him beat all day long, and you got to think if
to play at this level. But his defense critical, and it's on display there, stopping Sipical. But first killer bringing one back in. Sipical gets credit. It's 2-0.
It just doesn't end, Stacks. You just think, okay, the shots are going to stop, and first killer, absolutely brilliant catch there.
NRG is just trying to survive. Justin, blocked by Sipical. First killer's done it again.
You have got to be kidding me. They are just reading NRG like a book. Justin throws that one away right to Sipical, and of course, first killer sitting.
Save out of Garrett G. He stops that one as well. And now Garrett past first killer. And he has Squishy as an option. Justin comes in. The trailer will score. And with 90 seconds left, NRG has life.
I think this demo actually hurt Sipical there. He smoke screens himself, and Justin comes through, launches that ball far post.
Killer now, given time and space, and Garrett still meets them. Good block, this perilously close to the net, and AJ scores to make it a 3-goal game again.
I think this was all because of Sipical here off of the back wall, goes up, and I think NRG thought maybe he's going for a back pass. Didn't realize AJ beats him, and Stacks, for me, I think NRG really needs to start thinking about being a demo-heavy defense, and Sipical tucks this one in, upper 90, shot placement key here.
I mean, every time somebody scores at this point, the entire top right of the screen is just full. It's either to the backboard, and he intercepts Squishy, does AJ. So now first killer, trying to control through the air. Justin actually played it even further on, and first killer scores his 6th of the series.
Stacks, you just love cursing things, and what were you saying?
It's that meta commentary, man. Thing happens. Sipical. Downfield for AJ. No time on the clock. Doesn't matter. Sipical scores!
Oh my gosh! Oh, Dazarin hates you right now. He cannot stand you, and I know it. Stacks bringing out the curse, and FaZe Clan pulling out the Brazil. It's never been done to NRG, but FaZe Clan doing
downfield. NRG trying to stabilize against FaZe Clan and slow down this juggernaut offense that came in averaging over 3 a game, and that average only continues to climb.
Just pure filth out of the corner here, AJ. Bye-bye, Garrett, and Justin gets dunked on the goal line, pinching it in. Great placement from AJ, recognizing how the physics are going to work behind that ball.
First killer wants more. Garrett G disrupts, but it falls right to Typical. I mean, nobody can do any right on the blue half of the field. It is just FaZe everywhere.
And nobody can do any wrong on the orange. This is both sides all evened up now, and that's about all we've seen from NRG on offense, as Typical going to put a shot on target. Don't know where NRG was on defense, and Typical gets a second one here in game 3.
It's another open net for Typical. Not such a slow loner after all. 3-0 for FaZe.
Big changes needed from NRG coming out of game 3. We did see the first ever North American reverse sweep yesterday, and Justin gets a feel-good goal here. 32 seconds remain, but it's going to take a lot more than just that, because you can't count on too many mistakes from FaZe Clan off the back wall like that. So you got to figure out
things, but that would have been right at the top of the list if he scored from there, as this goes harmlessly to the corner. And finally, FaZe are held under their average goals per game by a fraction. It still goes 3-1. They're on quadruple at once. Who knows? We go to Utopia Coliseum for game 4. Must win for NRG to stay alive.
Oh, no way. Okay, Squishy gets the pinch off of him,
Yeah,
and
there's
AJ clean up crew to just ski ball that one in from midfield. Just too many going for NRG on that back line, and miscommunication. And that's kind of what we've been talking about. The start to their demise by any means, but it's just a bad day at the office, and it happens. And unfortunately, it's on Championship Sunday, but Squishy coming out of nowhere, and Typical had no clue he was on the backside.
Wow. Squishy gets a big one for NRG. So many of these clears have, in fact, in the series. And now Squishy will leave that for Garrett G. 20 to go.
What a flick!
For the win, perhaps. Garrett G gives NRG the lead.
Oh, monster flick from midfield. Gets first killer, baits him out, and caught in no man's land. Stacks you
Have not let first killer get a ton of touches in this game, and it has made a significant difference as that back pass goes to Justin, and FaZe has to go from three-quarter court, and first killer just does keep this up. Garrett G will spike it down. No, Typical still got there. So now they'll try again. It's amazing how good these players at this level have gotten at keeping the ball up in the air, and it finally goes down off the crossbar. NRG survives to see Wasteland.
NRG fans starting to come out with the team plays, and you gotta think, have they started to figure out what FaZe Clan is bringing? And my goodness, the demo comes out and it leads to a direct goal. NRG up by 1.
Squishy gets the demo, and Garrett G thought about catching this to turn on it. AJ must have thought he was absolutely going. Will bounce right out to midfield. Garrett G for Justin, and swatted away by AJ. Squishy's there, though. Can he climb up? Yes, he can! And Justin stuffs it home!
What a dunk from Squishy! Oh, reads him like a book. Look at that, mama. And gets the double. Just the continuation on that play. A thing of brilliance.
Earl standing strong and holding FaZe scoreless into the last minute.
Yeah, that was about 1 or 2 passes too many. What a ground pinch from first killer. Getting the power on it and bringing FaZe Clan back within 1.
Garrett G jumped so early for this, and first killer goes right target. AJ saved it away. Squishy, though, delays some more. No time on the clock. Garrett G can spike it. He does, and NRG survives again.
Holy smokes. NRG keeping it close. Both victories coming
tossed out, and Squishy's just right there waiting. Nobody has used their timeout in this series. You have to imagine NRG won't. FaZe might if they drop this game, and Justin scored first again.
I love how Garrett is not showing his hand, that he's not passing this ball. Looks like a shot, and then puts it top of the box. All three members of...
More of a myth, but okay. NRG has Neo Tokyo.
Oh, boy.
Squishy off the post. Garrett G follows. NRG's up 2.
It's the over-aggression from FaZe Clan, and great clear downfield from the general of General NRG.
Do. Justin and Garrett both had to jump for this. Now AJ trying to dance around Squishy, having absolutely none of it. 3-zip.
Squishy pulls out the binoculars here, sees, oh, look at that. That net way down there is wide open, and I'm just gonna poke it. Tick-tock goes the clock. Sypical takes out a defender. First killer can't get the touch, and AJ a little too high, but Sypical there for the cleanup, and FaZe Clan have some life breathed back into him here in game number 6.
It's an extra 2, maybe 3 seconds, though, that goes up.
And says, you want some offense? Get back on defense, young buck, as NRG, for the 4th time ever, setting up a best-of-7 reverse sweep for North America. Is history about to be made yet again?
There have been 3 reverse sweeps in best-of-7s in the last 8 days. 1 in Sub-Saharan Africa, 1 in APAC South, 1 yesterday as Space Station came back against Oxygen, and the General NRG marches into Champions. And Squishy trying to score first. Denied by FaZe Clan early, but Garrett will not be denied. 8 seconds in. The captain, Garrett G, coming into his own. And NRG keeps the momentum rolling.
Couldn't quite ask for a better one there, as just past halftime. First killer coming through, getting into the box, and Garrett G denies. Typical, gonna softly tap that one in, and FaZe Clan bring us all knotted up in game number 7.
Count them now. That is 8 goals in the series for Sypical. He just plays this right down the middle, and Justin skies it up for Squishy to play further. Squishy down to Garrett G.
Great pass.
A bullet posted in. NRG back in front.
Oh, and you could even see it coming. You knew what Squishy was doing here, but the shot from Garrett G just too good, going far post and in. 58.
Get it to him. Sypical coming up. First killer got a piece of this. 2 seconds left. North America went 173 series without a best-of-7 reverse sweep. And when this ball touches down, we'll have done it twice in 4. First killer trying to save it. And he has.
He got the flick.
Sypical on the goal line. NRG survives.
I'm literally shaking. You gotta be kidding me. It was on the